What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm your host, Warren, and we have some awesome news today as a project that has not been officially confirmed by Marvel Studios, at least not slated on any Phase 5 or Phase 6 slate yet, but has been talked about by people over at Marvel Studios, reportedly has an update, and we are talking about Shang Chi 2, and included with this report is a tentative release date for the movie. Now, although it's not slated anywhere yet on anything official at Marvel Studios or Disney, we of course knew this was coming. In fact, Simu Liu basically confirmed that he's going to appear more than once in the remaining multiverse saga. In fact, he could even appear 3 different times from now until the multiverse saga, which we'll get into in this video, and it does look like production might begin really soon if the release date is accurate. So a lot to dive into in this video, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the latest MCU news. So over the past few days, Production Weekly has listed Shang Chi 2 in one of their reports. Production Weekly gives updates and news on film and television productions, and they do extensive research on upcoming projects that are about to happen or are happening currently. And now they have officially listed Shang Chi 2 on their site, which should mean, according to them and some research that they have done, Shang Chi 2 is about to begin production or could be in pre-production right now. Now again, we really knew that this was coming. We knew that there was a story to finish with Shang-Chi before we got to most likely the Kang Dynasty, but definitely before Avengers Secret Wars. Plus, with the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings post-credit scene, we already knew that it was set up for a sequel. Plus, it did extremely well for Marvel Studios. Fans really love the movie. It's one of my personal favorites. And right now, Simu Liu is a very huge and popular actor, especially after playing one of the Kens in Barbie. And he's very recently teased that we're gonna see him in the MCU again. Simu Liu, in an interview last month in February with People magazine, teased that we might be seeing him sooner than we think. The article says Simu Liu is teasing that he will cross paths with other Marvel actors on screen in the near future. The Shang-Chi actor chatted with People at the Academy of Motion Arts and Science Sci-Tech Awards, where he said that another Marvel superhero film is on the horizon that will feature his character interacting with other big comic book stars. He stated, "I'm such a big fan of both the characters and the performers that play them, so any collaboration is an opportunity for me to work alongside someone who, in their own way, is breaking barriers and at the very top of their game. I think that's what excites me the most as a performer and also as a fan." And then he went on to say, "And who knows, they might see something sooner than you think." And People magazine says he teased of a future superhero team-up film by stating, "We'll see." Now, I mentioned that they kind of gave a release date window, and they have this stated, Shang-Chi 2, on their site for 2025, which comes at a bit of a surprise, but again, we know that Marvel Studios has had plans for Shang-Chi 2 for a very long time now, since the first Shang-Chi. And they also list director Destin Cretton, who directed the first Shang-Chi film and who was going to direct Avengers Kang Dynasty, but is no longer attached to the project. However, it was a mutual understanding they did not fire him, as he is still going on to direct Wonder Man, and as it's listed here, he is going to direct and write Shang-Chi 2, which we had heard before in the past as well. However, at the time, there was some speculation that he might not be able to do it, since he was attached to Wonder Man, the new series that is hopefully coming out, and the next Avengers film. But now that he's not directing the next Avengers film, he seemingly will have time for Shang-Chi 2, and this could actually be why he is no longer directing that film, because he is going to be directing and writing Shang-Chi 2. And if it really is coming out in 2025 and Avengers the Kang Dynasty, or Avengers 5 as we're calling it right now, comes out in 2026, the production is most likely going to overlap. Plus, not to mention, they'll have to do a press tour, they'll have to do a bunch of interviews, a bunch of promotion for the movie. So if Shang-Chi 2 really is that close to Avengers 5, he probably won't have time to do both, which is most likely why Marvel Studios has probably asked him, "Hey, can you direct Shang-Chi 2 and write it instead of the next Avengers film? You did such a good job with the first one, we want you to do the second one." That's just speculation on my part, but it would make a lot of sense for Marvel Studios to do that. He crushed it with the first one, why not have him back to do the second? Now, as far as the story is concerned for Shang-Chi 2, if it's coming before Avengers 5, then we kind of know what it's going to be about because it should pick up kind of where the post-credit scene for the first one left off. And this might involve Captain Marvel, which means Simu Liu might have been talking about when he was saying his crossover with other heroes in the Marvel Universe, he might have been talking about Captain Marvel, because what we've heard about what's going to happen after Captain Marvel, what Captain Marvel is going to be doing, she is apparently going to be investigating the bangles, the one that Kamala Khan had and the other that Dar-Benn had. They now have both. Although at the end of the movie, you can see that Kamala still has one, but Carol has the other. You can see this at the very end where Carol runs around the plane and gets inside of it. You can see the bangle is on her left wrist. So apparently that is what Carol is up to now after the Marvels, investigating that technology. And we already know that she was kind of starting to look into the 10 rings technology. That was shown in the post credits for the first one. And based off of everything that we know, the 10 rings were Kang tech. Carol Danvers in the post credit scene says that she's never seen any alien tech like that before. They then ask how long his father had them, and Shang Chi says about 1,000 years. Then Bruce Banner says their thermoluminescence indicates that they're older than that by a lot. And since Kang can time travel, and there have been many variants of Kang that have existed in ancient Egyptian times, like Rama-Tut, we're all assuming that this is Kang tech, plus not to mention insiders have stated this as well. So this will be explored before Avengers 5, and that will probably, or at least it would have before, bring in Kang. Again, we're not really sure what Marvel's plans are for Avengers 5, but if the casting rumors that they have begun their search for the new Kang are true, then it still could focus around Kang. And if not, they could still focus around the Kang tech and the threat, the overlooming threat of Kang without having him actually there. Then they can start to connect the 10 rings to the bangles and realize that there is something out there. There is a person or a force of some kind that is extremely old or has at least the ability to time travel that is threatening the multiverse. Plus, not to mention, Wong, the Sorcerer Supreme, is probably going to realize something is up with the multiverse, considering Doctor Strange had to leave to help Clea fix an incursion. We also really never heard any dialogue between Doctor Strange and Wong after everything went down in Multiverse of Madness. The post-credit scene just showed us Doctor Strange walking down the street and Clea showed up. They've probably had conversations, Wong and Strange, about the multiverse, about what just went down. So in Shang-Chi 2, I feel like Wong will definitely have a presence since he's really kind of inducted them into the Avengers here, and I feel like he'll also be kind of watching over them in Shang-Chi 2 as well. Plus, not to mention, Captain Marvel, Bruce Banner, and Wong pointed out that the rings, when they have been used, were sending out a beacon, a signal, and when Shang-Chi asked to who, that's when Captain Marvel had to leave. We can assume that they are sending a signal to Kang, if they are Kang's technology. And one thing I'm really looking forward to, hopefully they tell us where Wu got the 10 rings from. Did Kang give them to him? Did he really find them? How exactly did this happen? I'm assuming they are going to tell us. I'm assuming they'll tell us the same thing for the bangles, that they all originated from Kang the Conqueror. He built that tech, much like he built his time chair, his suit, and everything else. So Shang-Chi 2 is going to be a very, very important movie moving forward in the multiverse saga. Hopefully, Marvel Studios decides what they are doing with Kang, and maybe we could even get a Kang variant as the villain of Shang-Chi, going in to fight a bigger, badder variant in Avengers 5. But let me know what you think about all of this in the comments down below. What would you like the story for Shang-Chi 2 to be? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the recent MCU news. Also, if you subscribe and leave a comment, you're entered in our giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox Series X, a PS5, or some Marvel Legends items. The winner picks one item, and we pick one winner at the end of each month. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.